If you want to know how to set up Facebook retargeting ads, I'm actually going to show you how to do that in this video. And don't worry, I'm going to jump to my screen in a second, but I'm also going to give you 3 of my favorite retargeting audiences to use to get some quick wins and easy sales right out the gate. Let's go. All right, so I'm Mudrich and I'm a Facebook ads specialist. I'm actually in Facebook ads right now, and I'm going to show you how to build out these retargeting audiences to start with, and then I'll move to the actual retargeting campaigns. So once you're inside Facebook Ads Manager, you're going to go ahead and click on this little Business Tools 9-dot icon here, and then click over to the actual audiences icon right here. That will take you to where you can build the retargeting audiences. Great, so now we're in the Audience Manager inside Facebook Ads, and what you're going to do, you're actually going to navigate over to this big blue button right here. In the future, they might move it around, and it says Create Audience. Of course, we're going to go ahead and click this button, and then you're going to have the option to go ahead and create a custom audience, which is what we want to do. And don't worry if you don't have any other audiences listed out over here with the audience size and all that stuff. That's after you've already created them, and I can talk about that in a second. All right, so now I'm going to talk about the main categories we use when we're building out our custom audience on Facebook, specifically for the purpose of retargeting. So you have all these different sources you can use. So you have website, customer list, offline activity, and so on. But really, there's only a select 4 we actually utilize the most. That is website traffic, so anyone that's been to a specific page, or any page on your website for that matter. Then you have also customer lists, so if you have a list of customers or people who have purchased from you in the past, you can actually upload that as an Excel spreadsheet. Then we also have video is another common one we use, anyone that's watched a video. So if this was a Facebook ad, I could actually retarget you for watching this video and show you more content. On top of that, and this might be a Facebook ad, I don't know. On top of that, you have lead form. So if someone were to open up a lead form or submit a lead form on Facebook, you can actually retarget those people. And that's actually the most common ones we use. It's going to be website, it's going to be customer lists, video, and lead form. Another one we actually use is Facebook page, because then you can basically retarget people who've interacted or followed with your page, who've liked certain posts, things like that. But really, you're going to stick to website, customer list, video, and lead form as the main 4 categories for retargeting people. So let's go ahead and click on website. All right, so we're actually in the last part of setting up our Facebook ads retargeting audience. It's pretty simple, as you can tell, but basically now we're going to set up the parameters that actually will let someone qualify as an audience in a certain group that you make. So for example, we can make a bunch of different audience groups and then target those specific groups in our Facebook ads. So we can make a group for people who have actually visited the website in general, anyone that has hit the website at all, let's say the past 180 days. And this could be one audience. So we can do an ad targeting just these people. Or we can go more higher intent, and we can actually say people who visited specific pages. So anyone that's visited like shop or book a demo if you're a SaaS, right? Anyone's visited these higher intent pages, rather than just hitting the home page and bouncing, now you're retargeting people who are more likely to be higher intent audiences. But if you don't have your retargeting audience set up, I would say the most basic one to set up is actually just website visitors, and just leave it at that. Anyone that's hit your website, you can go ahead and retarget them. So you can basically name the audience here, say site visitors, 180 days. Yeah, that's it. And you can add a description if you want to. I don't always add them, but especially when it's self-explanatory like this. So you can go ahead and add this as an audience. But as I mentioned, I'm going to give you some of my favorite retargeting audiences, and here's the first one. So I kind of gave it away already, but it's basically going to be people who have visited specific pages. I'm going to call these window shoppers, just for example. And these are going to be people that visited any of my high intent pages. So anyone that's visited a contact page, a book a demo page, maybe a case study page. So I'll put like case studies. And these are all different slugs that can be in your URL structure. So if your website, let's say your site is Google, right? Google.com. And you actually have a case study page, and anyone that's visiting this page is actually kind of curious in hiring you, right? They want to see your results. I would just put that slug case study right there, and you can do it that way. You can also do equals, but contains seems to be the easiest way to do this, right? So these are people who have thought about contacting me, but obviously haven't. So what I'm going to do is actually it does not contain thank you or thanks. So they never hit any thank you pages, right? Oh. And also does not contain thanks. So this way I'm not actually retargeting people who have already entered my ecosystem. These are people who have thought about it, gone on the fence, check out the thank you page, check out the case studies, or did any of that, but didn't take an action. So that's why I'm retargeting them. And this is one of my favorite types of retargeting audiences to set up. So now if you're e-commerce, Let's say you want to do people who visited the product page, for example. They visit any page that has a product in the URL, but didn't hit the actual purchase page or the add to cart page. Or you can retarget anyone that's visited their cart, for example. You probably do like cart, but hasn't actually checked out or visited the checkout page. There's different ways to spin this. For SaaS, of course, anyone that's gone to the demo page, anyone that's gone to the pricing page, anyone that's gone to like the features page, right, but hasn't actually registered, whatever that link is for you, you can actually set that up. So there's a lot of different ways you can do this, and if you're not sending enough traffic to your site, make sure to just start and keep it simple with anyone that has visited your site. Because if you don't have enough traffic, you're gonna have really small audience size, and that means your frequency is gonna be really high, and then you're gonna get high CPMs and people aren't gonna click on your ads. Whole other problem. So just start there, but if you have good traffic, try to segment out the types of people that visit your website so you can show them different ads, because now you know they're higher intent. So the second audience I use quite often is actually kind of in the same vein of retargeting specific people, not just everyone that hits your website. So this is actually going to be people who have gone and spent more than the top 25% of time on the website. So these are people who are actually on the website for the longest, top 25% out of everyone that's visited the website. And don't worry, you're gonna think like, maybe this is cutting my sample size down a lot. Well, think about this. Most people who hit the website are gonna leave in the first few seconds anyway. So it just shaves off those people. So top 25% is going to be more people who have spent at least a few different pages browsing, or they've actually scrolled up and down a little bit. So that's why I actually go top 25%. And this also helps you skip past a lot of people who just went and bounced right away. Again, audience size might be an issue, so make sure you're running a lot of top of funnel traffic to your website. So this is the second audience I would set up. And you can just call these top 25% viewers time spent. And you can even retarget them differently because you know they've spent more time on the site, so more likely they are interested in something you have to sell or offer or pitch. So this next retargeting audience is actually going to be in the video category underneath sources. So why is this one of our favorite target audiences set up? Well, you can actually get a huge net at the top of the funnel on video viewers, because you can actually get way more video viewers than you can link clicks oftentimes for a much cheaper cost per view than you'd be paying cost per click. So you can actually retarget people who have watched some of your content on Facebook and then retarget them with a second ad or third ad, but this net tends to be really wide. So the intent is much lower than someone who's watched your video for 3 seconds, of course, than someone who's actually went to your website. But you can actually get way more people to watch your video for 3 seconds and then retarget them with more content, so you don't actually hit that frequency problem. So the point is to build the audience at the top of the funnel and then retarget them further down, but make sure you have enough people in the top of the funnel so you're not just hitting people over and over and over and over again with ads and shooting your frequency through the roof. So some of my favorite ones are 10 seconds of the video or 25% of the video. I find 3 seconds is really only good if you're just starting out and you really need to get a lot of people on top of the funnel really quickly. But I like to at least put the minimum barrier to entry at 10 seconds. So you can go with 10 seconds or 25% depending on the length. And then what you can do, and quick little bonus tip, is you can make more retargeting audiences and actually say people who watch 25% of video A, show them video B. And people who watch 25% of video B, show them video C. I actually have another video on this about Facebook sequential retargeting, so check the link in the description because it kind of breaks down the strategy in much more detail, and it's really effective for B2B SaaS and any kind of high ticket items. But I think you get the point here. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna throw in a fourth one. Here's a bonus. So if you want to do lead form campaigns on Facebook, also known as lead ads, you're gonna be able to get a lot of leads in the door. Oftentimes leads can be lower quality, so you have to put more parameters in place to basically increase the friction for someone to opt in. But long story short, if you don't know what lead forms are, check the link in the description. I have another video completely on that too as well, and share some strategies about how to use it. And if you are using them, you can actually retarget people who have checked out the form. So for example, you can retarget anyone who has opened the form but didn't submit. So these are people, again, going back to our previous audience where we're saying, hey, people that went to the pricing page or people went to the About Us or case studies, they're clearly on the fence and they're thinking about it, right? But they didn't actually take the action. So you'll have a nice sized audience to retarget for people who actually opened your form but didn't submit, and you can hit them with another video, another lead form ad if you want to warm them up even more, change it so it's not just the same video hitting them over over and over again. Try to change up the content because clearly they didn't convert on that first watch through. So yes, of course they could have got distracted, but you're probably gonna have a much better chance showing them a second creative rather than just hitting them again with the same one. All right, this part's super self-explanatory, but those of you who don't know, once you have made your audience inside of Audience Manager and it has populated, give it a few hours sometimes at most, maybe a day if it's a big lookalike audience, go ahead and now target them in a campaign. So I'm building a campaign out really quick. You should be familiar with this screen. So to simply target these people with your ads, the retargeting audiences you just built, go down to custom audiences. Once you've clicked on that, you can actually type in the name of the retargeting audience you've built or click on this little custom audience tab and scroll through that to see where they're at. So that's basically it. Now you're only targeting these people that you've built an audience for with retargeting ads. And I highly recommend check out the links in the description to give you more strategies and context of how you can get really granular with your retargeting. Cool, so that's everything. I hope you got some value out of this video. Again, I'm Louis Mudrich, Facebook ads expert, SaaS, B2B, all that jazz. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments. I will be happy to answer them. And if you like this kind of content, please subscribe. Leave a like on this video. It tells the algorithm this content is really good. And go ahead and click the bell on YouTube so you get notified every time I release a new video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.